All right, welcome back to Uptick Talk. This is episode 5, and this time I want to do a follow-up episode with Johnny, aka the Spilt Ink, and
Hello.
Brian. Thanks a lot for being on. Uh, Johnny, can you give us a bit of a rundown of how Tokyo Art Tank Volume 8 went?
Tokyo Art Tank Volume 8 was a complete success. It was actually better than what I expected it to be. It was a week-long art exhibition with 21 artists, including one artist, Danny Love, who came out from Brooklyn, New York. First time leaving the country, first time showing his artwork outside of America, and it was marvelous. We had a day of free yoga lessons in the gallery, a day of free drawing lessons in the gallery. We had an evening of live acoustic bands. One band was a Canadian Afro jazz band that came out from, I guess, Toronto for the first time. And yeah, the vibe was awesome. Everybody was happy. Everybody was positive. The artwork was amazing. People were making connections. People were making friends. People were learning about art from the actual artists. And yeah, it was super groovy, man. And I had a wonderful time doing it. I'm finally recovering after 2 weeks, actually.
Yeah, I bet. That's a lot of work.
Was a lot of work.
I was there for most of it, and I was really impressed. You had like 4 bands in one night lined up. Everything went smoothly. Yoga lessons, drawing lessons. It was really, really good. That was the first time at that venue too, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
nice, nice. So when's the next one going to be?
The next one's going to be in May. It's going to be on May 8th to the 14th. So it's going to be that Monday all the way to the next Sunday. And it's going to be a very similar format, but we got a lot more goodies for people. I think the first 20 people that show up, they're going to get a lot of free merch. We did the same thing last time, but we're going to have better free merch. We only gave away 4 skateboards, but I think we're actually going to have 15 skateboard decks that are painted by the artists that we're going to give out. We're going to give out t-shirts, all sorts of cool stuff. We got one day where it's going to be meditation in the art gallery, where the art is going to inspire the meditation, I guess. I don't know. I've got one guy coming in that's going to do something like that. It's never been done before. It's all experimental. And actually, I would like one day for you and Brian to maybe do something virtual, whatever, where you guys could talk about NFTs. So it could be like an NFT learning conference day where you guys could, and we could promote the heck out of it. And yeah, we could get like maybe what, 5, 10, 20, 35 people in one of the little gallery rooms with like your equipment set up. And you could basically just break down NFTs to anybody and everybody that wants to learn about NFTs and would like to own or create an NFT, like basically NFT A through Z, maybe like a 1 hour presentation or maybe even a learning course or something like that. I think that would be really cool because I mean, I saw you talking to the other artists and a lot of people there at the show, and you were just breaking it down in the most simplistic way. Where like some of my artist friends who are very abstract thinking, they could actually understand it. I mean, Adam 3, I told him about NFTs like a million times and he never got it. You broke it down and he got it immediately. So I think maybe if anybody's going to like have like a NFT conference in Japan where they break it down in a simplistic way where anybody can understand it, John, it's you.
I've got a lot of ideas for the next one. Yeah, maybe we could have some interactive lesson or like presentation. I'd like to talk to that cafe owner and see if they could do like an NFT membership card or something. Like it'd be a good way for them. It's not the art NFT, but if they had like something on people's phones and then they could contact their customers about upcoming events, have promotional things. They could do like, the drink menu there is a little limited. So they could have like, if you're a member, you get like the special beer, not like the regular. Like they could have some things like that.
Yeah,
What
sky's the
else?
limit.
And I think last time we were talking about like metaverse, so we could like, I don't know, maybe set up some like goggles or do some metaverse version. Brian, what do you want to do in the next one?
Yeah, agree with you. So we have 5 months to go. So I have a lot of things in my mind right now. So basically, I think we should introduce NFT as a simple stuff to the ordinary people. At the same time, we need to help them to understand NFT is not something in distance, right? So it's in our daily life. So that means, for example, in the coffee shop, we can have some functional utility NFT to help them to participate. At the same time, the NFT for the art works, right? So it's a collectible NFT, so they can maybe get it for the long-term collections. Of course, last time I remember I showed you the prototype of the metaverse gallery, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's something I think we definitely need to introduce to the audience because they might be very busy to do the social in the gallery in that week. So, but after that, they can have a better way to connect to the people and to artworks and even the art tank environment through the metaverse, right? So basically, we can extend to a long period of time. Maybe people can discuss and also talk about Tokyo Art Tank 10, right, over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do
So
it.
that's yeah, that's good.
Good. So what do we have to do to make that metaverse a reality, Brian? Is that pretty involved, or your team can take care of
Yeah,
that?
so you know, last time I introduced a prototype to you guys. So basically it's already there. So but on the other side, we really need to make sure the usability part should be improved, right? So because you know, I guess for this time, even people are very curious to NFT, but not many people really sign up. Why? Because the usability stuff. Maybe they're still new to crypto wallet. And of course, because we this time we just introduced the mobile version to the attendance, right? So, but on the other side, Apple is not really friendly to the crypto right now. You know, Apple, they have an in-app purchase policy, so which prevent people can directly buy and purchase NFT from mobile app. Even like OpenSea cannot have the purchase function
Really?
enabled in iOS app, right? So there's a lot of hurdles for the ordinary people, especially from the analog artist and the collector community, right? Step into this digital crypto world. So I think from now to the May, when we prepare for the contents, the scenes for that. On the other side, we need to provide a better usability stuff, user experience, right, to help people on board to participate. Because you know, in internet, we usually say one click will just get maybe 80% people away. If you have 2 clicks, can make it, you don't make 3 clicks, right? So otherwise, 80% will be gone.
Yeah.
So that's the usability part. Yeah, that's something in my mind right now. We have all the applications, prototypes ready, but we need to put them together. Especially before that, maybe we should work with the art community to make sure that will be presented in the way they really enjoy that, right? So yeah, I feel very excited to to really set this as a target for the May.
Nice. Yeah, we have 4 or 5 months, so it should be a
Yeah.
success. Hey,
Mhm.
what did you learn from this one, Johnny? Not just NFTs, but you know, you've been doing this for ages and it's always a success. Did you know, come away from this event with some things you didn't know before, or something you would have done differently, or something you got lined up for the next one?
Yeah, of course. Whenever you do like any kind of an exhibition, you learn something. And this right here, this exhibition was probably, well, it was definitely the biggest one I've ever done, but it's probably like 5 times bigger than any exhibition I've ever done. Usually I had one room with 7 artists. Now I had this last one, I had what, 5 rooms with like 21 artists.
Yeah.
And they're half of them were Japanese, the other half were from all over the world. And and I learned, I learned a lot from the artists, to be honest. I learned a lot of like art techniques. I learned a lot about concept. For me, the whole process, the whole thing was like a learning experience, you know. I learned a little bit regarding negotiation, regarding like the venue. The whole thing was amazing. Basically, it was like going to college. And I think a lot of people who show up at the next one, they're going to learn a lot of stuff. They're going to learn a lot about arts. They're going to learn about artists. They're going to learn about how artists think and how they approach creative like problems and issues and materials and mediums. And yeah, it's basically a learning experience for everybody. And just like going there and seeing the artwork and experiencing the artwork, you're learning light years of information just by doing that. If you actually take the time and look at the artwork and really think about it and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a real massive learning experience that's incredible and absolutely beautiful. And it's going to be hard to replicate, you know? It's just like, I mean, the
Oh,
last one was like so perfect that the next one I'm like, okay, cool. I've got bigger and better plans, but let's just keep fingers crossed and make sure that I'm not overdoing it, you know?
yeah, it was a total blast. I had a great time there. But when I came away from it, I was wondering, like I wasn't there as an artist. I was there, promoting Uptick. But the artists that go there, I don't know if they gave you any feedback or not. Like, are they expecting to sell out of all their work, or are they going there just for the social aspect, or they want to break even? Like, what's going through their minds?
A
They
little bit
want to
of
sell more?
Oh, that's a really good question. Oh, I think every artist goes in there with their own like agenda.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, either exposure, selling work, meeting other artists, making connections, meeting people, having a good time, you know. And regarding sales, I think I talked to almost all the artists since the exhibition, and everybody sold stuff.
hmm,
I think was it 6 or 7 artists sold at least one painting. One artist sold 9 paintings, which is incredible. I
that's
sold all
good.
my t-shirts. I had a big amount of t-shirts that I sold onto those. I sold a ton of prints. I think everybody sold stuff. You know, I think there was like nobody that did not sell something. So
Hmm.
if that was anybody's agenda, mission accomplished. But I think Tokyo Art Tank is more than just selling things. You know, it's not like an art fair where everybody goes there and they're like, all right, let's sell some stuff. Let's get dinner, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
pay for the kids' college. You know, it's not like that. You know, people don't go there to like really make money. They go there for like a whole lot of other things, you know, and it's just a real special thing that we did. Like the environment was just God, it was electric, you know? I mean,
yeah.
I had to stop a couple of times and just take a breather and just look around and just be like, "Oh my God, this is really happening," you know? I mean,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
So do you want to have like collectors there? I'm not an artist, so I don't know the difference between an art fair and an exhibition gallery. Do you want to have like some pros in there scouting it out, buying stuff up, or that's not the objective in
It's
the
not the main
future?
objective, of course, but that is definitely a plus, you know?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
somebody comes in there and they buy like, you know, a lot of artwork, I mean, that's magnificent, you know?
Mm,
That's great. I mean, artists love to sell their artwork, you know, that's how they stay alive. You know, they just sell a painting or maybe some prints or a t-shirt or whatever, and
yeah,
then they get money. And then with that money, they can, you know, they can buy more supplies. You know, they don't have to work that much at their 9 to 5 job if they have one. Maybe if they sell a lot of paintings, they can get a bigger studio where they can do more work. You know, I
yeah,
mean, when it comes to finances and art, you know, especially like the art that we had at our exhibition, you know, money really does pay for materials and supplies and time. You know, so that's really important that people do buy stuff, you know, and support the artists because I mean, if nobody buys anything, the artists don't sell anything. You know, in that case, the artists, I mean, how do they buy paint?
yeah,
How do they
yeah,
buy canvas? You know, I mean, they got to get a job at McDonald's or Starbucks or I mean, somewhere, you know, where they can make enough money to support themselves and their artwork. But I mean, if they can sell their artwork and support themselves, that's fantastic. And I think NFTs to a degree is like another revenue where artists can actually, you know, generate income, you know?
totally. Totally. The NFT part. I was also thinking like, it was packed. I don't think we had room for any more people in there. But if you do the next one, if you had like a collector night, like I think you were promoting this one mainly to, regular people. But if somehow you could reach out to the collectors or the art buyers and bring them in either to look or maybe even have a presentation or something, that might be a way to even, amp it up a bit more.
Yeah, that's right. Like a VIP cocktail hour or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a good idea.
I really like it. I think yeah, I'm really looking for the May Art Tank night because we have an NFT, we have an artist, and also we have collectors, right? So I think by putting all those people together, we will learn a lot of things new from them. Yeah. So. Oh, by the way, so how about the music over there? So, Johnny, you told us you have several bands, right, in the show.
We had 4 acoustic bands. Well, actually 3 acoustic, 1 semi-acoustic, and yeah, they were absolutely fantastic. Some people were dancing. Everybody was enjoying
Yeah.
the music, having a good time. You know, I mean, live music's really cool. Actually, we had music on Friday evening, the 4 bands, but also on Sunday.
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah, we did have 2 rappers, and the 2 rappers were doing
Mm.
it was more like kind of like 1990s jazzy kind of hip hop, you know, that kind of like my generation. And yeah, it was really cool. I mean, it was like a really, really good performance. Both performances were amazing. And yeah, people just loved it. And, you know, it's kind of cool to do something like that towards like the end of an evening, because it kind of gets people kind of like you know, I mean, after you look at all the artwork, you know, and then there's live music, it's kind of like something that's kind of what's the phrase I'm thinking of? It's so late, I'm so tired, I can't speak. It's what would be the cherry on the cake, icing on the cake, yeah, something like that. You know, it's just like an added bonus that's kind of fun. And our shows, everything is free except for the artwork, of course. But you come in there, entering is free. The yoga classes, the drawing classes, the music, everything's free and stuff, you know. And we're just trying to build like a beautiful, like all-inclusive community, you know, of artists and people who love art and people who are curious about art and NFTs. So yeah, and yeah, I think music is, I mean, who doesn't like music?
Yeah, everybody loves it.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Okay. We will wrap it up. It's been good catching up with you. Any other questions, Brian, or comments, Johnny, before we
Well,
call it
I
a
just
day?
want to say, I want to say that you and Brian did an amazing job. The setup that you guys had was like extremely professional. The monitor was great. A lot of people were watching the monitor, and they were very curious about Uptick and NFTs. And I think like what you guys put together and what short time that you had was just brilliant. You know, I mean, I was really impressed when I saw it. I was like, whoa, whoa, holy smokes! Did you buy this? Did you? And you made it actually. So.
Mm. Yeah, it worked out well. Worked out well. Yeah, I think
Really
if in the next one, if we can get like the sign up procedure a lot smoother, you know, one click, two click,
Yeah.
I think it'll be, and people know it now, so they'll be, you know, less hesitant to get on there.
I want every artist
Yeah,
on it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think they should be.
And next, we need to have more people to put their hands on that. But not only to feel something new, but also feel the value, right, of that. So that's really the goal, to help the people connect their daily life with NFT. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's great.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. We'll be in touch, and
Okay.
yeah,
Awesome.
good
Thank
one.
you guys. So great to
Good.
see you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay,
Have a good night.
bye, guys.
Good night. See
Bye.
you.